He's trying his best to get around him. That's 5 bonus points plus a good bit of money. And we'll get a bragging rights.
8 to go.
Yeah, you're right, buddy. Mark he's got it all to himself out there now. They had closed it down to less than a second, and now it's up to about 1 3/10 seconds.
Yeah, the one thing that you and I both know from past experience, you never count your money until the last lap. There is lap traffic in front of Mark Martin that could come into play. It's never over until the checkered flag comes down.
2 of those are lead lap cars fighting for position, Jimmy Spencer and Darrell Waltrip. Here is Jarrett. Start-finish line, even with Gordon. Draws ahead going into turn number 1 for 2nd place.
Not quite. Here comes Gordon on the outside. High line, riding the high part of the racetrack. You see right now Jarrett fighting back on the inside.
He just couldn't get the line that he needed. We've seen that several times today when Mark Martin was trying to pass Gordon. Jarrett a little bit picks up a little bit down the straightaway, but here comes Gordon back going into the turn. He's hanging tough up there. That's what he's supposed to do.
Every time he's been challenged, he's thrown it hard into turn 3. But here comes Jarrett back on the bottom.
And Mark Martin absolutely loving this because, I don't know if that would have been the last lap. I don't know which one of those cars would have got second, because he's able to pull away while they're back there battling for the 2nd position.
Martin's lead increased by 0.6 of a second on that 1 lap as these 2 fight side by side. Gordon 3rd in the points. Jarrett 5th in the points, just 7 apart.
Jarrett and Martin were tied for 4th coming into this race, 53 points behind the leader, Jeremy Mayfield. And if they can stay where they're at, they'll pick up a little bit in those points. And Jarrett gets it, but Gordon coming back. He's going to try the inside now.
Oh, he's not either. Down comes Jarrett. The door was shut.
Locked, bolted.
You got it.
Double locked.
Well, you can rest assured Jeff Gordon's not going to give up.
That's where he's strong. Coming off turn 2, down that back straightaway. He gets a good run off the 2nd corner, but this time Jarrett is able to hold it. 2 Fords and a Chevrolet at the front of the field here in Michigan. It'll be 4 laps to go. That number 6, Mark Martin. He has won here in Busch Grand National, in ASA, in the International Race of Champions, and 4 Winston Cup races here. And he holds a 2.5-second lead.
Well, I can say it now. I told you guys before this thing started.
Thank you, Professor Baker. I mentioned he was fastest in practice yesterday. Do I get a least a few plus?
Yeah. Right, Ned. You heard him say it, right?
Well, Mark Martin is fast at every racetrack this year. He has been good, having the best year of his career. Proving once again how good of a race driver he is and how strong of a race car he has.
Laps to go as he comes up to lap the 11th place car, Jimmy Spencer. He's already put Darrell Waltrip a lap down in 12th.
It's nice when you have a race car that'll do that. You can see Mark Martin just turn under Jimmy Spencer and go right by him in the middle part of the corner. It's so much fun here when the car works. It's so miserable when it does not.
Over the winter, Jack Roush shook up his team somewhat. We've talked about the change in crew chiefs between Richard Childress's 2 teams today, Dale Earnhardt and Mike Skinner. Jack Roush moved Mark Martin's whole team from Liberty, North Carolina to Mooresville. Left Steve Meal, the longtime crew chief, in Liberty. There's Jack Roush, the team owner. And moving up with Jimmy Fennick was Mark Martin and the whole Valvoline team. It was quite a shakeup. Folks thought that maybe Martin wouldn't perform as well. He's done very well. 3 wins, looking for his 4th right now, and he is 4th in the point standings.
You can see Dale Jarrett has got away for a little bit there from the 24 of Jeff Gordon. Right now it's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. These guys have a pretty good interval between them.
And Mark Martin scheduled to get the white flag this time by.
Looking at John Andretti, who came back from a practice crash this weekend to run in the 20th position. White flag. 1 lap to go.
The racetrack, Mark Martin has been flawless today, and when he got the lead, he never looked back anymore.
He looked back and saw those guys racing side by side for just a moment and said, hey, that's good. I'm going on.
Moving up on Gary Bradbury. There's Dale Jarrett in second place by 0.8 of a second over Jeff Gordon. And the point leader, Jeremy Mayfield, he's on the lead lap in fifth. To the checkered flag for the 26th time in his Winston Cup career, Mark Martin. And for second, Dale Jarrett. For third, Jeff Gordon. Jimmy Fennick, the winning crew chief.
Jeff Burton will finish fourth.
Jeremy Mayfield should come across fifth. Bill Elliott in sixth, all on the lead lap.
Bobby Labonte will be seventh. He'll be the first Pontiac.
And pole sitter Ward Burton is eighth. Joe Nemechek ninth and Wally Dallenbach 10th, all on the lead lap. We'll be back with more from Michigan Speedway after this.
Mopping up after a busy day here at Michigan. A little guzzle of Gatorade, and he's ready to pop out of car number 6. His first win in this event, his fourth on this track. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Mark Martin. What a great run. Absolutely flawless all day.
Well, car got better and better as we went. Arlene, Matt, I wish y'all were here, man. That was a great run for us. I didn't think we had the car for a long part of the way, but after we got that caution, it seemed like the 24 lost a little bit, and we came on strong.
Buddy Baker was pointing out that you were digging on the bottom. You were able to get down there and hang on to that bottom line all day.
My car would run on the bottom really good. I want to thank Valvoline and Cummins and Eagle One, Bugles, Bosch, all these folks that support us, and especially the guys at Roush Racing, Jack Roush, for giving me this chance to drive a race car like this. Just incredible.
Jack, what a great car you had today.
Yeah, we kind of got Mark in trouble there. We stressed our fuel early. You know how it goes at Michigan. Sometimes that can be a factor. So we got him behind with old tires, and he had to struggle. But at the end there, I wasn't about to see him on old tires. Jimmy Knight, Fonford, and said, we're coming in early. We're not giving no position on tires.
You made it up all right. Let's go right to Dick Berggren.
And Dale Jarrett finishes second today. It's his 9th top 5 of 1998. But that Mark Martin is one tough guy. What would it have taken to beat him?
I don't know. He was awful good, and we want to congratulate Mark and his team. They did a terrific job, but we were good, just not quite good enough again. Mark's car seemed to go on the bottom a little bit better than I could, especially on new tires, and just couldn't quite make it stick down there. I was a little bit too loose and kept trying to tighten it up and never got it to that point.
Great performance all day, though. Congratulations. To Ralph.
All right, we're caught up with Jeff Gordon, and let's see if we can find out. Hey, Jeff, your car really seemed to drop off at the end of the long runs there. What was happening?
Well, I don't know if it was as much as we dropped off. Those guys just got really fast, and they were fast all day long, actually. I think if Mark had started up front, he would have dominated the event. We got to jump on them. They had no cautions. We had great pit stops and a good race car, and we were just able to keep it up front there. But, you know, late in the race, I tried to hold those guys off, but Mark was so strong. He could drive in like we were driving in those IROC cars yesterday, and then he could just turn the middle and go. And I got a little bit tight, and I probably made a mistake, and I think I did, because I told the guys to tighten it up, and that hurt us. We tried to free it up, but you know, it just didn't work.
To Mike Joy.
Jeff Gordon led 132 laps. Mark Martin led 48, including the last one. Martin and Jack Roush enjoy victory lane. It's the 4th victory at Michigan for team owner Jack Roush, who lives in nearby Livonia. Martin, Jarrett, Gordon, Jeff Burton, Jeremy Mayfield, and Bill Elliott, the top 6. Here are the rest of your lead lap cars. Then Jimmy Spencer and Darrell Waltrip, 1 lap down. Kenny Irwin, Ernie Irvin, Dale Earnhardt, Chad Little, Rusty Wallace, and Sterling Marlin. These cars are 1 lap down all the way back through Terry Labonte. From John Andretti on back, these cars are 2 laps down. And beginning with Rich Bickle, cars 3 laps back from 27th place back to Brett Bodine in 33rd. Everyone from Gary Bradbury in 34th on back, 5 or more laps behind the winner, Mark Martin, whose 26th career win ties him with Fred Lorenzen for 19th on NASCAR's all-time victory list. We'll update you on the Winston Cup points when we return to Michigan Speedway.